All right.
All right, stream is running, I guess. So this is part two of the R&D Halloween. It wasn't supposed to be a part two, and so do you, as like an out of character, do you each remember? Did you note down what you were doing last?
I think I remember. I don't remember what I have.
Okay. We'll get into character
yeah.
and maybe you can roll to see if you remember what you have. But do you all remember like which blip you are on the map? Um,
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
okay, you should at least see your avatar if you zoom in enough.
Oh yeah.
Well, the blob monster and Jackie Chan were lost. Remember, they had bad radar, so they didn't know where they were.
Well, they were chasing after somebody, right? And then they lost them. They lost their tracks. Okay. Yeah, so in general, what happened, we sort of left with Jonathan Richards' acquisition, I'll just say, of a very interesting artifact and some good rolls on Mount R&D, so that's good.
That is very true.
So to just recap the initiative order, it would be Bonzi Buddy, which is Hideo's friend. Dovahkiin, which is Memo. Jackie, which is Hideo. Bluppo, which is Arcoil. And Jonathan Richard, which is Monorail. So that's the order. And we ended with Jonathan. So it'll start at the top with someone who's not here, which I'll be playing as. Let's see, and I think I'll go back to chat. Okay, so let's see, what will you do?
This cave is very cavernous.
Okay, I'm gonna make some rolls for him. Okay, pretty decent rolls.
You know, I remember him being pretty hungry. You sure you didn't want to eat Bluppo?
Bluppa don't get et. He do the etin.
All right, so Bonzi Buddy's turn has just concluded. And I think Memo's up now, Dovahkiin.
Yeah, so I remember I went to sleep, so probably like, what time is it now?
Yeah. So it was night. So we basically just have like each turn you sort of have like a 12-hour, or you could just say day and night cycle. So the night has finished, so this is now a day cycle. So you basically a full day of stuff. And yeah, you know where you're at, right?
Okay, so the first thing Dovahkiin is going to do is gonna go back to that magic artifact that was a source of light and had like letters in it, the computer, and see if he can figure it out how does it work.
Okay, so your character doesn't know how to use computers?
Yeah, I don't think he will know.
Okay.
But for some reason, he got the GPS really quickly, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess GPS is simpler than, but okay. So, explain. What are you trying to do? You're trying to learn how to type in Microsoft Word, or what are you trying to do with the computer?
That's a good point. I think the first thing he will do will be like lifting the monitor.
Okay. For the purpose of this, yeah, sure, you lift the monitor, but you can go ahead and roll to see, like, kind of like an intelligence check to see if you can figure out, like, what a computer does and what it might be useful. That is a natural 20.
No. That's not. I did a roll 20 instead of real D20. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's real cool.
Yeah. It didn't have the dice icon. Okay, 11. Not terrible. I need to know more backstory apparently for your character. Have they ever used an electronic outside of the GPS?
No, I don't think Dovahkiin even know what an electronic is. He heard and has done something about magic before.
Okay, so he's worked with magic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that, you figured out the GPS, and, or at least you're pretty sure you know what it does. This is kind of like a GPS. It has this thing, it's like illuminating itself. Stuff's going on. But when you lifted the monitor, nothing changed. It just stayed. And you assume it's like the GPS, but different. That's as much as you know.
Okay. What do I see in the screen?
Oh, you see, it says R&D, and it has like a little. Well, you wouldn't know, but it has like a text box. So for your character, it'd probably be like the letters R&D with like a white rectangle below it, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't think Doggy will figure it out. Let's say he just like spends 15 minutes like doing stuff with the computer, and he just gives up.
Okay, sure. Just go ahead and roll another d20 to see like what things he might notice and play with. Okay, very curious your character is, and you end up you find this the cords. There's a bunch of cords. When you picked up the monitor, the cords they went into this sort of like black rectangle that's making a low hum, and there's more cords coming out of it. So you kind of followed those cords, and you found something that like kind of fits in the hand, and a longer rectangle. Those are in front of the monitor. And you kind of start like kind of pushing on them. They kind of react to you, and then the screen kind of changes a bit, and you end up breaking the mouse. You don't realize it, but it stops moving, and so you got something to happen on the screen. So basically, below the white rectangle is now sort of a light gray, larger rectangle, and it has more words on it. Do you read those?
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume your character knows English characters, right? We're that far, right?
Yeah, I think we have to assume that.
Okay, so yeah, so you can read words in English, and it says rack 2, green, rack 3, yellow, rack 4, green, and then you can't really make out the next one, but it probably says rack something, but it's kind of cut off by the screen that's illuminating. It's towards the bottom, and you're not really sure why, but that's the only image you can see.
Okay. What could the gods be telling me with this? Who knows? As I leave the room and try to leave the building through the window I came in.
Okay, so instead of probably going out the door, which you now are able to unlock, you go out the broken window. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe you just remembered that you could probably go through the door, but you remembered it as you were stepping through, and it kind of jarred you a little bit. And you take a little bit of scratches, but you make a lot more noise than really damage. So you made a lot of noise getting out, but you didn't really take enough damage from the remaining shards of glass. So you're outside of that building now.
Okay. I guess I'll take a look at my GPS. Am I still like a prodigy with it, or like do I have to roll again to notice?
No, you know how to.
Everybody.
Yeah, you know how to. You know how to use the GPS, but it has been a full night, right, since you looked at it. But from your memory, do you want to roll for your memory?
No, I remember what happened.
Yeah, so there's only 5 dots, right, and one of them is yours, so it's not hard to remember, but they're all kind of in the same places that you remember. So, maybe nobody moved.
Oh wait, all the dots are in the same place.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, except Bonzi Buddy went first, right? So that one is no longer in the same place, but all the other ones are. So you would assume that the one you knew to be Bonzi Buddy probably moved and is much closer to you.
Yeah. I guess the way to go is keep checking buildings and make my way to the supply facility. So I'll move like in this direction.
Okay. Yeah, as you're walking, it's kind of similar display. There's this humming noise from these buildings. You see additional ones off towards the cliff face on your left, out towards the ocean. But they all have this sort of mostly dark, but on the inside, this sort of eerie glow, which you assume is some sort of magic. They all have this similar sort of magic.
Cool. Like, I'll first check like these 3 buildings to make sure like if they are all locked.
Okay. Actually, so which one do you check first?
I probably check like this one first.
Okay, let me zoom in here.
The one on the left.
All right.
Closer to the north.
The one north of you or south of you?
North.
Okay. Let's see. That's as far as I can zoom, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so you just go up and check the door, or what do you do?
Yeah, like, is it like the other building, or this has like? I remember most buildings had the door lock and no windows. I think, right?
No, some of them have windows, but some of them are barred windows. But yeah, most of them were locked up to this point. But yeah, you don't see a lock on this one.
Huh. I guess I'll go in, holding my katana in one hand.
Okay.
Mind it.
So I guess you go to open the door, and
Yeah.
you push on the handle. Oh, it's locked from the inside. So this one doesn't have chains, but you can't seem to open it. It must be locked from the inside.
Uh, hmm.
There's windows.
Oh, there's windows. Yeah, I'm going for the windows then.
Okay.
Same as before, I use my bag to like. No, first I search for a rock. I break it with a rock, and then I use my bag to like take out the little pieces of glass.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You can go get the rock that you previously had in walking distance or carry it with you. Yeah, you break the window and go ahead and roll to enter.
Oh no, that's
Very good roll. Oh no. You take 0.25 damage, and you fall prone inside this building.
well, at least I made it in.
Okay.
Well, why do I inside the building?
It has an eerie glow, and not a lot is visible in here. What are you looking for exactly, or just general investigation?
General investigation, like going to the closest room first.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to see what you kind of comes to your attention, I guess. Okay, decent roll. So yeah, you notice there are these racks. They're pretty tall. They don't really hit the ceiling, but there's rows of these, and the glows are coming out from some of the racks more than others, and the humming sound is what do you call it? Cacophony of sound almost. It's distracting to you. You don't know what would make, but it's probably part of the magic, right? Um, and so what you do end up finding is as you walk from the door to the end of the building, I guess just going straight, at the end you reach a wall, and there's a cabinet there with stuff on it, items it looks like, and then another computer, or you don't know what a computer is, but something like what you just saw, and it's also on a rack, but it's not illuminating any light.
Okay. Mm. So that's all there is in the building, or just like the closest room?
So from that roll, you just notice there's these rows of racks. There's not really rooms, and
Oh,
you went to the end. You just went straight, kind of looking down these racks, and you hit a wall at the end, and there's another rack with stuff on it, and then another one of those computer things you saw, but it's not making any light.
Well, I guess there's a lot of cables coming in and out of the racks.
No, you don't see cables, although it is kind of dark.
Oh, I can use my flashlight here.
So, I wrote down you actually don't have a flashlight, but you have batteries for a flashlight. Did I write that down wrong?
Wait, what? Yeah, I remember having a flashlight and the batteries.
Okay. I'll just accept that. Maybe I wrote that down wrong. Okay, so yeah, sure enough. But since you've never used electronics before, and you picked up the batteries separately, at least from what I wrote down when you were in the previous building, do you even know how to turn on the flashlight? Go ahead and roll.
That's a good point, because I remember using the flashlight before, but like how we got to the point, I questionable.
Okay. Yeah, good enough. I would say you spend like maybe 30 minutes of your time. You end up finding that the back of the flashlight unscrews, and you put two batteries in it in every possible order. Some orders you've tried more than once by accident, but eventually it turns on suddenly, and then you can put the back of the flashlight back on, and it's illuminating stuff for you wherever you point it.
Okay, so I want to take a look at the racks.
Okay. So there's kind of racks on both your left and your right, and there's rows of them. Do you go left or right?
I go right.
Okay. You shine your flashlight at these racks. They kind of reflects a little bit. There's this glass front to these, and inside there are these like black rectangles that have the illumination on them. And the illumination varies. You can't really make out a pattern. And as you go down the racks, the sound is definitely coming from these racks, the humming sound.
You said there was like another magic artifact, but this one wasn't emitting any light.
Say that again?
There was another computer, right? That wasn't light.
Correct, yeah, behind you, against the wall.
Well, so I can probably go up there and, remembering that the other one had cables, try to grab the longest cables, thinking to itself that maybe they're gonna be useful later on.
So you just grab them? Do you pull on them? What do you do?
I pull on them like with a lot of force. Strange.
Oh no. Okay. So yeah, let's just roll to make it interesting. So you just grab some cables. Okay. So you don't break the computer, actually. The cables you grab are all USB. You don't know that. But they're all USB, and they detach. But right before they detach, your movement on the mouse cable triggers mouse movement, and the light illuminates once again from the screen. But now you're holding in your hand about 4 USB cables, but you wouldn't know what those are.
Okay. While holding still the USB cables, I look at the screen.
Okay. It's a different set of illumination than you saw in the other building. In the top left, it says log in. And the rest of it seems like a fish shape, kind of like a stone carving of a fish that you've seen before. But, it looks kind of like a fish, and it's a lot of different colors. But that's kind of all you see. It's a very vivid look.
Okay, so I try to follow the USB cables I have in my hand. Is one of those the mouse?
Yeah, easy enough. You wouldn't know what a mouse is, but you follow the cables and it goes to the same things you're pushing on in the other building. The sort of black rectangle that kind of reacts to when you push it, and then something that can kind of fit in your hand that also reacts when you push some of it. Another thing seems to go into the wall, and you can't really follow it further. And another one goes off to the side to the cart that essentially the computer is on, but it goes back behind the cart and plugs into the cart itself. And you can't really free it from the cart, so you just have like a cable that connects to a cart. It doesn't come free. You have a cable going into the wall, and then you have two cables going to the pressy things.
Oh, I try to pull on the cable that goes into a wall, on the cable that goes into the cart.
Okay, it's resisting you, so go ahead and make a roll if you're going to try and strength yank it out. Okay. Man, that cable's really in there, and what you end up doing is you end up like stretching the material that the cable's made out of, but it's still connected and it's not budging.
Okay, so I probably take a look at that thing that has a cable and fits in my hand and think this could be useful, and take it with me.
Which cable? Oh, okay, the mouse. You're gonna take the mouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Okay. You still have more time in the day. I would say that's one action for your day, pretty much. So you have two more.
Okay, so I guess this time I'll try to use the door.
Oh, okay. So you go to the front, but you remember it's locked from the inside. So you see a lock on the door on the inside of this building.
Oh.
Do you try and break it, or?
No, back through the window it is.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Okay, you jump through the window, making no sound at all, and landing perfectly on the other side, as if you were trained to do this.
Okay, I'll go take a look at the buildings to the south. Like first this one.
Okay. You notice that the one that is directly south of you, it's a little smaller, but it looks like the one you just came out of. But the one south east of you, that one looks like the building you were in previously that you slept in.
Ooh, I'll go to the southeast one.
Okay. Yeah, sure enough. The door is not locked. You don't see a lock on the outside. You don't see windows on this one, on the front, at least. And it has, just like that building you slept in, it's not as tall a building. Do you go inside? Do you use the door? What do you do?
I try to use the door.
Okay. Yeah, you pull on the handle. The handle moves, and the door is openable.
I'll go in.
Okay. So you go in, and lights turn on. Although I'm just going to assume from the flashlight and the other stuff, you think it's magic lights, but you're not totally surprised by it. But the room is fully illuminated. And what you see before you is you see a wall full of like filing cabinets, just like almost a quarter of this building is probably filing cabinets, like stacked on top of each other, some behind others that you can't even reach. The other side is like all these chairs that aren't really in use. No one's using them. They're just all there. They're not. There's no desks, and there's no computers. But yeah, it has the same carpet as the previous building. But it looks like there's just a lot of stuff in here.
Can I take like what's the stuff in here apart from the cabinets and the chairs?
Yeah, go ahead and look for something out of the ordinary. Go ahead and roll. Okay. Well, you look around and there's an occasional paper near the filing cabinets on the ground. It's kind of wedged in between. You find a pen. And there is something weird about the carpet in the corner of the room near the chairs. But you can't really reach it. There's too many chairs. But you just notice it's kind of off a little bit.
Off in what way?
It's slightly discolored compared to the rest of the carpet.
Now, the king has something in his hands. Well, what kind of chairs are they? Are the ones with wheels?
Yeah, they're like an assortment of roll wheel chairs. Like some are IKEA, sort of like super cheap. Other ones are like gamer pillow status. All sorts of chairs.
I'll start moving those chairs, trying to make my way into the carpet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you move about like 30 chairs, which is sort of blocking your exit now, in order to get to the corner of this building. And yeah, you're looking at discolored carpet.
I'll start like not like punching with my knuckles, but like the backside of my hand into the ground, like trying to feel if there's something hollow underneath.
Are you using force, or are you like just feeling?
Somewhere in between, like not punching as hard as I can. I don't want to like hurt myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it feels hard. And yeah, go ahead and roll. Okay. Yeah, you feel it. It just feels like the rest of the carpet. And it feels hard though. Like it's not plush carpet. It feels just hard.
Wait, it doesn't feel like carpet?
I mean, it's carpet, but it feels hard. It doesn't feel plush and welcoming.
Okay. There's something behind this, but I can figure it out. And I start moving the chairs back, like to make my way out of the building.
Oh, okay. So you just move the chairs back and leave.
Yeah, Delakin won't figure this out. Like.
Okay, or it might take him longer. Okay, sure. Yep, easy enough. You go ahead and do that.
Okay, so you said there was like 3 buildings near the ocean.
Yep, you do.
Those.
Okay. Yeah, you approach these. They are also different than the buildings you saw before. There's a louder hum from these, but no lights on the inside. The one on the left has a lock on double doors. The 2 others have single doors on the side, also with locks. No windows.
Well, that's sad. And I go back to the road, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, I just want to go to the supply facility. So I'll choose a way with less buildings in the way. So I'll go to these crossroads,
Okay.
and I'll go here.
Yeah, you keep moving. It's a slight incline. You're definitely going uphill now, and but yeah, you just see more of these types of buildings. I guess your character's feeling a little discouraged. He's not really understanding what's going on, why he can't get into some of these, or what certain things mean. But now he has a mouse, so maybe he can figure out something. Do you look out for anything in particular, or do you just want to end your turn on the way to the supply facility?
No, I'll end my turn in the way to supply facility.
Okay, yeah, you can. We'll put your character. Let's see. Let me move it. I'll say you get here.
Yeah, like before I get there, like, was there anything interesting in these two buildings?
Okay. Are you, like, that's what I meant. Are you looking out for something interesting, or are you just walking past them?
I just want to like know if I can enter these two buildings in the way to the supply facility.
So those two look kind of like the one that you went in with the racks inside of it. I'll just say through the window, they also seem to have racks, and they also seem to have locks on the front doors, but you could, probably enter them the same way, breaking the windows.
If I can see they have racks, I skip them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my turn.
Okay. Dovahkiin now has a mouse, so a very deadly weapon. So it's Jackie's turn, which would be Hideo, which is with Bluppo. So actually, I don't know. How do you want to do this, Bluppo? Do you want to have a companion, or do you want me to treat this as an AI?
I mean, I was just gonna eat him.
Okay.
So
do you want to spend a
whatever that
turn?
option is.
Do you want to spend a turn fighting Jackie to see if you can eat him?
Yeah. Well, are we not both asleep?
Well, so we're starting the new turn, so it is now daytime. Basically, there's a day cycle and a night cycle. The night cycle finished, so now we're in the day cycle.
Okay.
In the morning.
I'll in that case, yes, I will fight Jackie.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me pull up my attack roll sheet. Okay, for the purpose of this, Jackie currently has 3.5 health, and Bluppo has 4. So do you want it to be interesting, or do you just want to know the outcome?
I mean, interesting.
Okay, so I will try and roleplay Jackie Chan from Hideo's perspective. Oh, this is not going to be good, guys. Okay. So we're going to make D20 rolls like normal for everything, mainly to attack and defend. So we're outside of the Yomocorp building. You're kind of surrounded by trees around this path. You have the building in front of you. There's some small rocks nearby. There's probably like some twigs you could pull off, and then you have your own equipment. But we need to have you first roll to see if you remember what equipment you have, or if you can figure it out.
Why would I remember when I just am holding it? Like, it's a physical object. It's not something I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to penalize not remembering the like what you had.
Well, okay, sure.
Okay, so you get in your bloodlust for Jackie. You kind of zone in sort of one mode, and you grab the first thing out of the bag. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a d4. Okay, so you pull a dagger out of the bag. That was probably the best thing to pull. So that's currently your equipped weapon. And so I would say you're just now waking up, and Jackie is not aware of your bloodlust, although it is Jackie's turn. But I'm going to say Jackie is engaging with you, and you're taking your turns at the same time. And so he's going to be like, all right, Bleppo, how are we going to find, the guy who ran away from us? How are we going to read this GPS? So what do you do?
I go ahead and I just straight up stab him. Just walk up to him and stab him wordlessly.
Okay. So I would say you have an advantage, so you can roll 2 d20s to see if you what happens. Okay. So you have a 15 as your high roll, which means you hit and subtract 0.5 from Jackie. So you stab him pretty hard in the shoulder or something, and he's now down to 3 health. And do you say anything?
No, I'm not saying anything to him. I just keep stabbing. I'm stabbing at him.
Okay. Jackie's going to react, and he's going to look in his bag, and he's going to pull out a plastic hammer and drop it, because that's useless. And then he's going to pull in, and all he can find in his bag is a cloth headband, which he then wraps around his head to prepare for war with you. And he's going to attempt to remove the dagger and force it back in your direction from his shoulder. So, and fails to do so. The pain is too excruciating. So, actually, I can roll as him. I should have done that. Pain is too excruciating. He can't seem to free the dagger, and now he's feeling the pain and not as confident as he was when he put the bandana on somehow in all of that pain. And what do? You just stab him again? Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I just keep like stabbing like it's a prison shank.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do a roll. Okay, 9. 9 means you subtract 0.25. You kind of stab him in the arm. You're just getting that arm real good. So 2.75 health left. Yeah, Jackie's gonna try again. This is survival now. He's getting scared. 9. Okay, he's able to take the dagger in your hand as you're holding it and put it back into your chest a little bit and subtract 0.25 from your health. What do you do? So now he has his hands on your dagger that you're also holding, and it's partially wedged in your chest.
I'm just not even really concerned about it. I got these huge layers of like hippopotamus fat or skin, and that makes me that reduces my feeling pretty heftily. But I just when I feel that I jump at him and I start trying to bite him. I try to bite his face off.
Okay, do you drop the dagger or while clutching the dagger?
I thought it was in me.
Well, your hands were on it, and he redirected it and wedged it in your chest, so you can let go of the dagger you're holding and then pounce him.
I just leave it in my chest there and decide to pounce him and go for the food.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll. I'm hoping one of these gets a 20. Ooh, 15's good. Yeah, you're able to use your massive flesh and weight to prone on top of Jackie, almost smothering, and like there's this small rock that his tailbone just like gets smashed onto, and Jackie takes another 0.5, and not looking too good. Yeah, you feel like you're ready to take a bite, but Jackie's going to react and try and punch you, I guess. Karate chop, whatever term you want. Not doing so good, Jackie. With a 5, he misses, and it's your turn. Feel free to try and bite. You have the upper hand here.
Yeah, I want to keep gnawing at him. I want to jump on top of him, kind of wrestle him to the ground, and just start chewing at his neck like a vampire or like a zombie.
All right, roll for the neck. 11. Yep, you hit, solid hit for 0.25. Jackie's down to half health at this point, and you're almost still full health. So you're feeling pretty confident about this. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Just say Jackie tries to retaliate again. 14. So he takes 0.25 of your health. And it's your turn. You can go ahead and attack, biting again, or whatever you'd like to do.
Well, this time I pulled the knife out of my chest and I just stab it at him.
Okay. Oh, 17. Yeah, that's 0.75. You get it firmly wedged right in between the chest and the shoulder, right on near the neck bone that I forgot the word for, and
Clavicle.
Clavicle, yeah, right there, right where it hurts, real bad, and Jackie's starting to bleed out. Jackie's looking pretty hurt. Jackie's going to head and try and escape, but in order to escape, let me write this down.
No, I'm sitting on him, right? Because I did jump on top of him.
You did. So in order to escape, he's going to have to succeed either really well, like 20, or succeed really high 2 times in a row. So, but he's going to try because he doesn't feel like he can win this. Okay, so I'll consider that like a partial success, but that's his turn, and you get another attack.
All right. I'm gonna kind of like just really start. I'm gonna put my hands around his throat, push him back down, and just start squeezing as hard as I can. And as I'm squeezing, the blood is kind of coming off of the wound, like squirting off of the. I squirt the blood out of the wound that I made in his neck by chewing on it, and I just kind of like gently lick it and then like kiss him on the side of the cheek there.
Oh man. This is some interesting emotion.
Sounds like some pent up stuff you're dealing with.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an
I
attack
love you
roll.
in Shanghai Nights.
Yeah, go ahead and you are still damaging Jackie, so, but not actually. You miss.
Yeah,
This counts as a miss. So I'm gonna say you were too distracted by your remaining infatuation that you didn't really focus on the pain or damage aspect of that choking. It was almost romantic in a weird way. And so you don't really damage Jackie, and Jackie's going to try and... he got kind of a leg up the last turn. He's going to try and escape out from under you. That's not good enough, but I will say he's able to push you away, so you're both kind of sitting. So you're not really on top of him anymore, but that's his turn.
All right.
What's your turn?
Oh, that's his turn.
Yeah, that was his turn. So he's pushed you off of him. So now you're both kind of sitting right in front of each other, and he's looking like he's wanting to run away.
All right. I'm gonna lunge out at him and try to slam him down again and just start wailing on him like an angry child.
All right. You don't really, yeah, you don't really. It's not good enough to put him on the ground. He was kind of prepared for you to do that again, but you do get a good few hits on him, and he loses some more health. At this state, he's looking real rough, and he's trying just to use all his strength to go away. He's going to try a roll to start getting up and running away from you. Not really good enough, but he's able to back up and stand. So he's able to have gotten up now, away from you, and he's standing, about to run away. And it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep lunging at him. Same thing I did last.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say you get him. He's so badly hurt, and that's a good enough hit that you get him on a knee again by just your weight is just too much. You just sort of push your weight onto his, and he's like on a knee, and then what did you do to actually damage him? I forget. Were you punching again?
I'm like wailing on him like an angry child,
Okay.
just like thrashing and yeah.
Yeah, pulling hair,
Yeah.
fingernails clawing. Okay, yeah. Jackie suffers some more damage, and then he's looking through the death lens at this point, and he sees like tunnel vision, and he's just flailing, trying to escape, and is totally lost, kind of reality. His willpower is fading, and you kind of feel that. You feel like Jackie is kind of losing it. You have the complete upper hand, and what do you do?
Well, I want to start bringing my teeth again and on it and just start blasting him with my bites.
All right, go ahead and take a bite of Jackie Chan. Oh no. That's exactly what you needed. You sink teeth in, and you feel Jackie's life force drain. The flailing kind of slows. You hear melancholy music somewhere off in the distance. Jackie Chan is no more. He collapses in your grasp. What do you do?
I cut off his hands, for one. I was going to name a few things that I do here. I'm going to cut off his hands and put those in my bag. I'm going to smash all of his teeth in. I'm going to collect the teeth, and I'm going to put those in my bag for later as well. And then I'm going to just start eating his body like a boa constrictor. Just, taking that whole thing in.
Okay, so
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're feeding on Jackie's body, and so as you were putting Jackie's hands and broken teeth into your bag, you notice the other two items you have, which is potassium cyanide and one of the hammers you stole from the guards, actually with Jackie's help. I don't know. Do you feel any remorse?
None whatsoever. I feel a hunger growing. I've tasted man flesh and I want more.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm remembering that there are others on the island here, and I start to feel the hunger grow.
All right. I would say you're able to consume Jackie, and I'm not sure of your character's ability, but I'd say that probably slows you down for your last action of the day. What would you like to do as Jackie's body is sort of in your own?
Contentedly digest, take a nap. Maybe walk around a little bit, take a nap, just in a circle. Get the digestive juices flowing.
And you end your turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Christ.
I don't know if I was mentally prepared for that, but I think we made our way through it. Okay. Yeah, it's Jonathan's turn. Um,
All right.
on Mount R&D has no idea what happened. What do you do?
Well, as I wake up from my nice little sleep in the cave, I'm pretty sure I was in the cave, right? Like at the cave entrance or so. I
Yeah, it
can't
was
remember
just
exactly what it was
outside.
all.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
the hammer was, if you
It.
recall, it was talking
Yep.
to you. You think, but why would it be able to do that? And that's kind of where we left off.
Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of slept on it and didn't really know what to think about it. Well, I want to now that it's bright out, I want to survey my surroundings. What all can I see? Can I see buildings like far off in the distance from here?
You are not on the peak of the mountain, so there's still like some mountain, but you can definitely circle it. Circle around the mountain if you'd like. Spend like 30 minutes or so, and kind of, if you'd like, circle the current elevation of where you're at just to get a good 360 view. Is that kind of what you want to do?
Sure, I'll do that.
All right. Yeah, you don't really have to roll for that. You notice there are some buildings in the distance. One of them looks familiar. There's a lake nearby that familiar building. And yeah, you see a bunch of buildings off near the coast to the north. You see there's some buildings straight east. One giant one. It's almost as big as the one you guys came out of, but a different type of structure. You're not really sure what it is. And then south of you, there's another groups of buildings. The pathways are slightly larger, and you're not sure, but there might be a boat or something like a boat. And then directly to your west, there's again the same sort of buildings on the east side that you saw. Different types, but very large. And sort of southeast. And then directly east is a bunch of forest area, all the way up to the North Peninsula sort of thing that's going on there. But yeah, you feel like you have a pretty good lay of the land.
All right. I want to take a look at my radar or my GPS. I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, you all remember kind of what the points were. And you see some of the GPS points have moved. There's one in that near that peninsula. The one near the buildings is still there, but not as close to the cluster of buildings. There's still two GPSs near Yomo Corp, where you guys came out of. Those haven't moved, strangely. You're not.
I quickly decide that I am pissed off at that they tried to kill me yesterday after I tried to be their friend.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to go at them. I'm going to try to hunt them down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you have to traverse the mountainside back down, but it's much easier than going up. But for the purposes of this, just make three 20 rolls for me, d20s, to see if you succeed. Okay, overall success, so you're able to get down with no damage. I'll say for your the like first third of your day, you get down to the path closest to you. If you want to place your character there, or if you want me to place
Sure,
it.
I got it.
Yeah, right there. So you're able to get back on the path, and you have a pretty good lay of the land in your mind's eye, at least. So you know that they're probably north where the GPS marks are.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start following the path until I can see the building peeking out from over the trees.
Okay. Yeah, you're surrounded by forest now, the mountain off in the distance that you just came through. You follow the path. Are you going sneaky?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and do a 20. Okay, you are very sneaky. You feel like you have the element of surprise. I would say you start to see the building on the north curve of the path you're currently on, so you can move there. Yeah, what do you do?
I want to start going through the trees instead of following directly on the path, so
Okay.
that I'm a bit more hidden.
Yeah, you notice that you're able to see the building because the trees are thinning in this area, but there are still a little bit of the trees, so you'll go off the path. Are you? Yeah, okay, that way. As you get to right about where you are, there's no more trees, and it goes into sort of like a grass, like a well cultivated grass. So you're still amongst the trees, but if you go any further, you'll be there'll be no tree cover. You still don't see anybody yet, or hear
Well, I'm gonna
anybody.
follow the tree line until I can see them,
Okay.
because I know both of them are gonna be, from what the radar said or the GPS said, they should be on the other side of
Okay.
right.
Yeah, I'll say you hug the outside of that path right there, and you're able to see one of them. Looks like they're still sleeping. Maybe they haven't woken up for the day.
Okay. Which one do I see? I mean,
Yeah,
I know
you
which
see
one
Bleppo, a giant, large mass, almost larger than before. How gross, right? And but Bleppo has no idea you're there.
Well, I don't see Jackie. Jackie was the real enemy of mine, but Blupo actually did betray me. Instead of just standing idly by and watching it happen, he actively works against me. So I am not happy with him. I'm going to pull out my Browning high power semi-automatic 9mm pistol with 22 rounds, and I'm going to approach slowly
Okay. Yeah, sure.
until I'm within range.
Uh, we can have Bleppo roll at disadvantage since you're in like a post food coma nap sort of thing as you're digesting. Go ahead and roll twice, 2d20s, to see if you pick up on any weirdness. No, you don't, because it was at disadvantage. You were enjoying this nap. Human flesh, it's definitely something you enjoy. You won't forget this moment. But you have no idea he's getting pretty close to you. Sorry, but what was Jonathan doing?
Yeah, I'm approaching, just trying to be stealthy.
Yeah,
Until
with
I'm
that
within
nat
range.
one, you can almost get within like 10 feet of him without him even noticing.
Okay, yeah, I want to look around once more for Jackie.
Okay, go ahead and roll to investigate kind of the area. Okay, you sensed that there's sort of like a scuffle. A lot of the dirt is moved around. There's some imprints of bodies and kind of like people were like laying down or like maybe they fought or you're not certain. Maybe it's just from the running when they were chasing you or something else happened. But something happened here. You're not sure what it was.
Well, considering again that he still doesn't seem to notice me, I want to conserve my bullets. So instead, I'm going to take out the lesser band hammer and walk up to him and whack him upside the head.
Okay. And you're still approaching stealthily or...
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll once more for stealth. And Bleppo can roll just once.
Oh God.
Okay. Easy enough. That, like, comatose almost, Bleppo is. And yeah, you come up and you're going to strike him on the head with the lesser banhammer.
That is correct.
Okay. So let me pull up the stats of that. Hold on, I didn't think you would use it. Okay. Yeah, it feels good in your hand. Um, it's a pretty large hammer, and right before you go to strike down, it talks to you, and
Oh God.
it's almost like time freezes, um, and you sort of back away from your consciousness, and you're sort of in your mind, kind of as if you're in a daydream, and you kind of see your image of your body kind of in a shape like you're going to hit Bleppo, but you're watching it from a distance. And then you hear this voice, and it talks to you, and it says, what are you doing?"
I'm attacking this man because he attacked me earlier yesterday, and I was told to.
Uh, you were told to? Who told you?
Yes, I was told that in order to become the leader, I would have to kill everyone else.
But did you ask me?
Who are you? What is happening right now?
You should have asked me. I don't really agree with this. I mean, it's not really my purpose. Did you even ask what my purpose was before you just decided to use me?
Who are you? Are you the hammer?
These are great questions you could have asked before, right? I mean, why are we in this situation right now? I'm a little disappointed.
You're a hammer. I didn't expect you to be talking to me.
Someone who would be able to find me, I just wouldn't expect. I guess it's fine. Let me just introduce myself. I'm the Lesser Banhammer. I'm sort of a backup when things go bad. And what that means is, there was a prophecy when the Banhammer was created. That eventually it would be wielded inappropriately. And I mean, you discovering me is proof of that. I mean, no one would come up to a mountain in a cave searching for me, willing to pick me up and then start using me if something wasn't fucking wrong. So, I figured this was the time. This is why I was called. But this is not my purpose, killing another potentially innocent living being. I mean, we don't even know this person. I mean, sure, they chased you, but, my purpose is more on the electronic side. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Is he close enough to me having this conversation with the hammer that I'd hear him? At this
No,
point?
he's actually just frozen almost in time. You don't notice him, of course. You're still napping. But
Okay.
for the out of character, he's like, he has a hammer like halfway down, and he's just calmly frozen there, making no noises, not even breathing, no talking, no nothing. Like he's just not moving at all. But anyway, he's sort of having this conversation trapped in his mind with this hammer he's essentially attuned to, which now apparently has some sort of hold over his consciousness, and so this is where we are. But so back in character, yeah, it talks to you and it says, I'm not gonna do this. So
Okay. I didn't know.
let's just say when you see electronics that aren't really working the way they should, or electronics that, they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. That's kind of what my purpose is. Other than that, don't use me.
Okay.
Always remember to ask for consent, and then you just sort of whoosh back, like you're.
And I stopped the swing. Yeah.
Well,
As soon as I'm back,
the
I do
weird
swing.
thing, the weird thing is, you're 10 feet back, and you don't have the hammer in your hand anymore. You have the pistol in your hand, and you're looking at Bleppo 10 feet away, calmly in like coma or whatever, Um, you're not sure what happened, and you're pretty confused.
Do I still feel the hammer like weighing me down?
Yeah, yeah. It feels like it's still in your bag, or yeah.
Okay. Considering the words of the hammer,
That may or may not have
supposedly,
happened.
that may or may not have happened. I could have just had ate a mushroom on the way down or something that just completely fucked with me. Uh, Considering this weird trip I just had, I realized that the value of a life is probably too great to sacrifice just because they tried attacking me. So I will I will back away.
Okay. Do you sneak away in a specific direction, or do you just walk away, or what's your
Um,
plan?
ba- Based on my observation, is there anything that I noticed that might have relation to electronics?
That building right next to you, it's got to have electronics in it. Actually, it did, right? I mean, there were those robot army around that lady that told you what to do. Maybe it has something to do with that.
That's true. Yes,
There was
yes, yes. I remember that. I will. I want to explore. I want to look for one of those dead robots. So I'm gonna try to sneak past Bluppo into the building.
okay, sure. Okay, there's a door which you can just push open. Um, as the door closes, though, it will make a sound. So, do you are you going like super sneaky and holding the door as it closes because you're afraid to wake Bluppo, or
No, no, I'm not really too concerned at that point. I'll
okay,
have my pistol out, but I'm not really focusing enough. I don't think.
okay,
A new train of thought jumped on my head.
okay. Bluppo can go ahead and roll to see if you notice the door close.
Bluppo.
Oh, sorry. I can. It's okay if the door closes.
Yeah. Um. So you're lightly awakened. You're not sure what, but you heard a sound. But nothing to. You don't see anything. And for the purposes of this, it's not your turn yet, and so you're not like launched into combat or anything. You feel like something might be nearby, but we'll revisit that next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Jonathan enters in Yomocorp once again, and is met with the same sort of halls, um, and there's that staircase, um, and what do you do? There's no sign of anything, no robot.
Um, can I look around for robots?
Yeah, go ahead and look around carefully. All right. Um, you notice as you're walking around, there's um, there's some like wires, like remnants of wires, uh, kind of towards the bottom right of the building, just on the floor, and it looks like there's some scratches in the tile, like something hard would have had to scratch the tile, and some wires there, but no sign of robots. Exactly.
I want to take out the hammer and ask it if it consents to me tapping the wires with it.
As you think to reach for the hammer, you reduce your consciousness once more, and you're talking to an ominous voice in your head once again, and it says, "You're on the right track. I think this is where we need to be. This this was part of an electronic. It's not supposed to be this way. It looks damaged. But I think we're in the right place. You should keep looking." And then you
Okay,
zoom back into consciousness.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep looking, and I can take that next turn if I'm going to be out of time.
No, you still have plenty of time, actually. You have, like, one whole action left. You didn't do much.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll keep looking.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say, go ahead and make 2 more checks for me. Okay. Oh, not good. So, good and not good. So the first one is your investigation. You're going to find some cool stuff. The second check is for the noise you make.
Oh.
So the first check, um, oh, let me bring back the map, actually. It'll be easier with the map. All right. Can you see that?
Yes.
So Jackie is no more, so let me just go ahead and remove these. You can go ahead and grab your character on this. Okay. So you found, you walked in the back there, and then you came down here, and this is where you found the wire. Then you rolled, you did some more investigation, and it brought you over to this view of the larger hammer. And you notice that there's like a seam. So if you remember, I think it was like Jackie tried to pull this off the wall or something, but it was firmly attached. But there seems to be a seam, like almost like there's a molding that's covering this hammer, and you start to pull it back, and there's something inside, and you just feel like there's something powerful. But right as you're peeling that back, you start to hear the same marching noise as when you were first in the building with everyone else, coming down the stairs. And before you can react, the door opens, and 2 of these electronic robots come out, and it looks like they're reaching for something. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh.
Okay. Let me roll initiative for them on Roll20 so we can see. Okay, so they go first. They're aiming for that little thing on your head. And you notice that because they're staring like right above your eyes, and you know that feeling when you have a pimple on your forehead and everyone's looking at it? It's kind of like that. Well, remember, everyone had that. You guys discovered that.
I know.
Yeah, okay. And so they reach for the hammer, and they're going to try and throw it at that point. They didn't say anything. Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll. I'll go ahead and roll one at a time. Okay, 11. They go ahead and try and hit you, but you can react. So go ahead and roll a d20 to see if you can react to this. So you're able to move so it doesn't hit your forehead in that same area, but it hits you and you take damage. So it hurts. It hurts real bad, like someone just shoved like a metal pole into the side of your face. So you're going to take, let's see, 0.25, so you're down to 3.5 now. The other one's going to attack you. Oh no. It's going to hit your... that sucks. I'm sorry this is happening. But as you barely dodge the first one and you're uncovering what's probably a really important thing, a second hammer whooshes right into your forehead, and you are now knocked out. Everything is black, and that's the end of your turn. So I will go back to Bonzi Buddy on the map overview, which will... Let me figure out what they're going to do this time. Okay, that's it for Bonzi Buddy's turn, and then I think Memo's up.
Yeah, that was a quick turn.
Yeah, I made certain actions that the dice represent, and also what are the results of those actions. So
Well,
it's easy. I don't have to make decisions.
okay, that sounds cool. Well, I'll keep going to the supply facility, I guess.
Okay, yeah, sure. So as you approach this building, let me get that up here. Okay, I got it. Oh, this is a cool place. You approach a very connected building. It's not tall, but it's a lot of like similar sized buildings that you came from, but they're all connected. Like you'd think like I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a single building on the map. It's a series of buildings that are they're in series. They're connected with each other, and they're in sort of like an oval formation. So like a series of connected buildings that kind of have an oval shape. Do you approach these? Do you continue on the path?
Like, is that the supply facility or something else?
You do, based off the map you were given in the bag. It does say supply facility, but you're not really sure where the supplies are yet.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'll go take a closer look.
Okay. Yeah, you approach the outer ring of the building here. Oh, you disappeared. There we go. And there isn't any doors yet. I would say you probably circle until you find an opening. I'm going to guess that's what your character does.
Yeah.
Okay. Which direction do you go? Left or right?
Options? Left.
Okay. So left, you'll take it all the way around, and you find an entrance on this side. And it's not locked, and it's well lit inside. Do you just proceed inside? Do you go sneakily?
I go in with my katana in one hand.
Okay, one hand katana and then one hand door. You open it up. You don't hear any humming here. Occasionally, you feel like there's a static noise from the lights, but it's very quiet, but very well lit. And you seem to be in sort of a entryway, and before you see is a small sort of like lobby. You have directly in front of you a plexiglass pane. It looks like maybe a reception, a protected reception. And on both sides, you see doors that say employees only. And do you look for more stuff, or do you try one of the doors?
Like I probably take a quick look if there's anything interesting around, and then I go for one of the doors.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll for investigation. Okay. You notice the same stuff. You also notice there's some signs. One of them says loading, proceed to front desk. But that's it.
Well, I'll probably go to one of the doors then.
Okay. Which one? Left or right?
One left, right. I'm going right then.
Okay. Sure enough, the door's locked.
Oh, I'm going left then.
Okay. Sure enough, the door is locked. But I will say, these are not, you can look down and notice it's just a typical office handle. It's not like, or maybe your character wouldn't know what an office handle is, but it's not giant chains with a lock on it. This is probably a low quality lock. Could be brute forced.
I'll look into that. Let's see last thing, perception.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to look behind.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for perception. Jeez. Man, I can't give you anything. I don't know, the plexiglass is really shiny, and you're having a hard time making out detail, but you do see on the opposite ends a hallway with many doors on the left and right, and the hallway seems to continue down for a little bit and then make a turn. It's all well lit.
That's behind the plexiglass, right?
Correct, yeah. You get a view of that through the plexiglass. But you don't notice anything like keys because you just rolled too low.
Is there like chairs or something like behind, something that I could use to break the plexiglass, like big and...
In the lobby there are some chairs. Do you want to try and pick them up?
Yeah, and I want to try to break the plexiglass with a chair.
Okay. Yeah, sure enough, these chairs are cheap lobby chairs. The legs are metal. So you could probably try and break something with it, but, plexiglass is pretty resistant depending on the thickness, but you can definitely roll to try.
Okay. Here's where I really need a nat 20.
Okay, so you really wish they put standard glass there because the rebounding force of this plexiglass, very thick, it causes you to drop the chair onto your foot, and your foot now really, really hurts, and you really regret trying to break plexiglass with the lobby chair.
Damn. there must be like magic ward in this class. I'll try the doors then.
Okay, you're gonna try and force a door?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kick down the door. Not gonna use the chair there.
Okay. Are you gonna just kick at the handle to knock the handle off, or are you just gonna kick at the door to sort of break where it's engaged?
I'll try to kick like near the handle, but not at the handle.
Okay, against the door to sort of break it from where it's engaged. Okay, go ahead and roll. Oh, okay. It's a puny office door, and it is now a splintered particle board mess all over the ground as you blow this door open. And I believe it was the left door, right?
I didn't say it. Yeah, let's say left.
Okay. Yeah, that was the one we left off on, so I assumed. But okay, let's say left. So yeah, you easy enough. You break open this door, and there's another door in the hallway, and it connects into the reception. So you can actually walk into the reception as well. It's all connected to this room. So basically, you knock down the door. Directly in front of you is another door, and to the right you can walk into the reception area, which has the long hallway behind it. What do you do?
I'll try the door in front of me first.
Okay. It's not locked. You're able to open it, and a small path continues. And do you continue going down that way, or?
Yeah, I'll go that way.
Okay. Yeah, you continue going for a couple minutes, and the path continues forward, but on your right, a door comes up, another small door, and it's partially ajar. It's partially open.
Oh my god. Okay, this is a big place. Let me do something in pain so I don't get lost really quickly.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so I went left, then there was a door, I went through the door, and after the door, I'm seeing
You're walking down a
hallway.
hallway, and
Okay.
you don't know how long this hallway really continues because it seems to bend, but um, there's a door that appears on your right, and it's slightly open.
Okay, I'll check the door then.
Okay, yeah, you look at the door, and it says janitor on the door. Do you go inside?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah, sure enough, you go inside, and go ahead and roll for investigation, see what you see, or perception, whichever one. Just 20. Okay, well, it's not like stuff's hidden here anyways. You see a lot of janitorial equipment. Do you want to look for anything in particular?
Is there anything useful in particular?
There's a lot of things that are practical in this janitor hall. It's not like broom and bucket. It's like all sorts of fancy stuff. Flashlights, hammers. There's a chainsaw for some reason. There's a table, a desk, a computer, which you still don't know what that is. But hey, look, that mouse you stole looks pretty similar to this one. And there's some filing cabinets. There's like a peg board, and it just has tons of these tools like pliers, and there's keys there. There's also some like lots of these like metal sticks of various, like they have various, some are pointy. You see knives. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's. Oh no! You also see in the corner. You see like a red cross, and there's like this clear box of, it looks like maybe ace bandage on the inside, maybe gauze, other types of like band-aids. There's all sorts of stuff.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff. So that's pretty much like enough to fulfill my wish list. I want a knife, the biggest one I can find.
Okay.
I want some pliers, the biggest one I can find. I want a hammer, the biggest one I can find. And then, how many keys are we talking about?
There's 2 rings of keys, and each one of them has like a horribly large number of keys. Like the rings of keys are the size of, like the ring size is maybe tennis ball size, and it's just like 100 keys on each ring of all sorts of types.
Ooh, I'll take both rings.
Okay. Okay, so you take. Go over what you want to take again.
Biggest knife, biggest pliers, biggest hammer, and the 2 ring of keys.
Okay.
No, that's how you write knife. No.
No, almost.
Yeah. Close.
It's fine. Yeah. So you take the big stuff. I would say you're holding your katana, and you have all this other stuff. The bag's not too heavy, but you're probably gonna start. You took a lot of big metal items, so it's getting heavy, but it's not like full. You could still carry more probably.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go out of the room and keep going through the hallway.
Okay. So you go back where you came, or do you continue down the hallway?
Continue down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that this hallway continues to curve, and it seems like maybe 8 more minutes. You feel like you're just in this really long tunnel, and then you reach the end, and there's another door.
And okay, I try to open it.
Okay, yeah, it opens. You have stairs, and they go down, and they're metal stairs, like maybe fire stairs or something. But you're not sure why they would go down, because you're kind of on elevation, ground elevation.
Well, I like where this is going. I go down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you go down one flight of stairs, and you come to a door, and it has a sign. No words, but it has like an image of a lightning bolt and a caution sign.
Oh God, I don't want to. Dovahkiin will. I try to open the door.
Okay. It doesn't open, but it beeps when you try.
Okay, I guess the next thing Dovahkiin will do will be trying to kick down the door.
Okay. Sure, you can try. 16. You feel like you get a really good kick on the door, but it doesn't budge. It feels really solid.
You say that there's like 100 keys in the key ring, right?
Each key ring has probably 100 keys each. You notice this door doesn't actually roll to see what this door, what do you make of this door? Okay, yeah, you notice that this doesn't have a keyhole, but it has sort of like a rectangular slot with a little yellow illumination from it.
There must be some sort of magic I'm not getting here. I'll go back.
Okay, you go back up the stairs, you open the door, you're back in the hallway. Where do you go?
I guess I go back all the way, like... I mean, in the lobby, I went left, and there was, like, a long hallway.
Mm-hmm.
No, I went left, and there was a door, and a hallway to the right that went, like, to the other side of the lobby, right?
Let me open, like, GIMP or something. Let's see, where would that be? Graphics. Can you open the Twitch stream?
Can you link it to...
It's just twitch.tv/my username.
Cool, okay.
Yeah. And I will create a little thing so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what the stream delay is, but let me go ahead and what do I want? Yeah, I should have done this ahead of time, I guess. Okay, paintbrush. Good enough. Can I draw on this? What are my colors? Oh, white. Why is my color white? Okay. Okay. So this was like the lobby room here. And then you have the door on the left, and the door on the right. You went in this door on the left, and there was another hallway that continued, which you followed. There was another door here, which said janitor's room. You went in there, came out, followed it to another door, and this sort of curved.
I can see what you're drawing, by the way, in your stream.
Oh, you can't? Oh no.
No, I can see
Okay. Well, we'll just go back to verbally saying it then.
you can make like a new, just like we have like the lobby of Yomocorp and the big map. You can make.
Yeah.
New.
Let me try. But I don't know what the tools are like in here. Okay, polygon line. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Can you see this? White screen? Oh, did I move players there yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this was the entrance lobby. And let's see, what do I want to do? Okay. There was a door here, and oops. Let me just do freehand. There's a door on, of course, changes the color. Door on the right. You went through the left door, and there was access to the lobby and another door, which you went in, down this hall. There's a door there, which was janitor, and it continued to curve sort of like this. Oops. Wow, really? Oh my god. Okay. So it continued to curve like that. And you reached another door, and then you went sort of downstairs to another door. So this is the janitors over here that you went in. And then this is the reception area. And there's a hallway behind the reception area with all the other doors. And that's currently what you know. So you went back. You can put your character here, and I can
I go back all the way here and go back to
the reception
like
area.
The reception area.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a desk for the reception right here. This is where the plexiglass is. A chair here, and some filing cabinets on this side. Yeah. Do you search this room? Do you go down the hallway?
I'll take a quick look around now that I'm behind the glass.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Damn, dude. You can't find shit.
Man, I'm sure there's like something really useful here, but I'm like blind as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep getting nat ones. Like, that is just really... Apparently it's canon for your character now. All you notice is the desk, the chair. People probably sit there and talk to people through the glass. There's some papers. There's another one of those computers. One of the things you took from the other building is there. Fits in your hand. Yeah, you don't notice anything in particular, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I'll just go down the hallway then.
Okay. So you come across doors here, 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 here. There's a lot of doors down this hallway.
I'll try.
And then it curves
Okay.
to the right, but you're not sure what's there.
Okay, let's look what's behind door number 1 then.
Okay, there's a little board posted next to the door that says Bay A. You can go ahead and open the door.
Okay, I'll try to open the door.
It's locked, and there's a keyhole.
Nah, Dovahkiin doesn't have time for that. He tries kicking it down.
Okay, go ahead. Good enough. It's another stupid office door. It breaks open. You are now in a room with like cabinets. Only cabinets, and none of them are see-through, but they all have labels. You can go ahead and look at these labels. Some of them say, batteries, flashlights, pencils, paper, large paper, letter. Let's see. On the other side it says tools, miscellaneous, cables. Yeah, you look at the labels. That's kind of what you get.
I want to look at batteries.
Okay, yeah, you open it up. Very well organized. All sorts of sizes of batteries.
I'll take a couple like the same size that the flashlight uses.
Okay, there's a 12-pack there that you can easily take.
Okay, I'll take that. Oh yeah, I have to write all the things I'm taking.
Yeah, I'm keeping track as well. So.
That's not how you spell batteries, but I'm going with it. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm done with this room then.
Okay.
So let's see what's behind door number 2.
Okay.
Is it open the door or?
Nope.
Is it locked?
It's the same as before, and the plaque next to it reads Bay B.
Well,
It's also locked.
you know what Dovahkiin does in these situations.
You slip and you hurt your ankle. You roll your ankle, and the door doesn't open.
My poor toe and my poor ankle.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can take
I
a
guess I
look at
can
the
try.
keys. You can try and
Oh.
investigate to see if you can pick out. Some of the keys may have labels on them, or maybe
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, do the keys have labels? Because
I don't know. Go ahead and roll to see what you can make out of the keys. So you pick the first one out. This is a lot of keys. They look like they have labels, but none of them say Bay. So you're really not sure. You have another set of keys you can roll for.
okay, I'll try with the second set of keys.
You figure that slightly better than the previous one. You're getting used to the image of keys, and you've identified maybe 30 of them that you think might fit the size of the handle. It might take you like 20 minutes to try them all.
Can I try kicking down the door again?
Well, you kind of failed that challenge, but in real life, let's say you try a couple keys and then you get the courage to do the door again. So go ahead and roll to try a couple keys, I guess. I don't know which ring are you using, the first one you found or the second one? So there was 2 rings, and the first one was like a silver, and the other one was like a brass color. So we'll just call them silver and brass. Which one do you try? The rings that you rolled a 6 on, which is the brass, or the silver that you rolled a 3 on? The brass one, you have about 30 that you think might fit the handle, but you're not sure. The silver one, you're not sure which ones to try.
I'd go with the silver one.
Really? Okay. So it's going to be a hard DC since you rolled a 3 on figuring out what keys would be good. So, but go ahead and roll. See if you can try a couple keys. Nope.
My rolls today.
Yeah, dude. You can't seem to find a key that even fits the handle. It doesn't seem to go in all the way. But you can try and kick down the door one more time.
Okay, I'll try that.
Whoa!
Fucking fine.
Okay, like the whole building shakes as you completely remove the door from the hinges, and it just falls down and kind of destroys whatever desk was behind it. There's also more cabinets in here, and some of it says lock picking. Some of it says manuals. Some of it says software licenses. And then also secret stuff, hide from boss, and that's kind of what you see in this room.
Damn, like I don't think Doakin will be like. The only thing that Doakin really cares about is like lock picking. So I'll take a look at that.
Okay. Sure enough, the drawer to the lock picking stuff is locked. So, but you know, it could be pretty easy to force open. You don't know, and you do have tools. You have like a hammer. Don't forget all the stuff you took. So, you could try a bunch of stuff. Pliers.
Like, do any of the key like? I tried to look if any of the keys I have seem to be the same size
Sure.
as that cabinet.
Which key ring?
I go with the brass key. That brass key.
Okay, you rolled a 6 on that one before, so you have a good idea already. So go ahead and roll again. Yeah, okay. You have 15 keys that you feel might fit this small thing. It would take you like 10 minutes to try them all.
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, on the 14th key, you're able to open the drawer, and inside you have like a nice Velcro kit of all sorts of lock-picking tools for all different types of like springs and pins and all sorts of stuff. And on the left of it, you have MIT's Guide to Lockpicking.
Well,
Easy. All you have to do is press the use button, and you get lockpicking upgraded to level 4.
well, I guess I'll take the book first and start looking around.
You take the book
Like-
and look around, or do you look in the book?
Like I start reading the book,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. It's MIT's Lockpicking Guide, beginners to advanced. There's 200 pages, and there's a table of contents. It has different types of common lock vendors, and kind of it has a techniques section. It has an advanced techniques. What are you looking for?
Well, I guess the contents of the book is really interesting for Doba so he's gonna take one last look at the GPS. He's gonna set it aside and he's gonna read the book. And when he's finished with that, he's going to fall asleep on the ground.
Okay, so we're ending our day turn reading a lockpicking guide. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That is the end of your turn. We'll go back to the map.
And just heads up, I have about 30 minutes to an hour left.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You guys are making the slow progress that I was expecting, so. But and I will just out of character say, why do you have to roll so low all the time? Because there's so many cool things that is just not getting discovered. But that's
Oh yeah,
fine.
I feel like there's like a lot of content that I'm like Dovahkiin is like, nah, I don't want that. Mouse.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, oh no, why are you rolling nat ones every time? Anyway, okay. So that's fine. It's content left to explore, right? So next up is Jackie, who is dead. So Bleppo wakes up from a comatose state and does what?
I go ahead and I'm trying to find the nearest person because I'm starting to get hungry again.
Okay. Yeah, you look at the GPS. Nearest is definitely northeast of you at the supply facility.
Alright, I'm gonna head over there then start walking that direction.
Wait, really?
I
Never
think,
mind.
right? Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I'm staring right at it. It's in the building right next to you, which is you actually kind of were startled awake because you felt that someone was near you, but you couldn't really see anybody, so weren't put in fight or flight mode, so to speak, but you feel like something's around you, and if you check the GPS, it seems to be in that building next to you, the one that you came from.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll go into the building.
Okay, so yeah, you find the door you previously enjoyed entering with Jackie before you consumed him entirely, and
Not the hands.
oh,
Or the
almost,
teeth.
yeah, sorry, almost entirely consumed. So here we are. So you enter and you actually don't see anybody. You don't see anybody right away. Go ahead and drag your character here.
Yeah, I accidentally backed out. Alright. In there or where?
No, the door is right back here. Oh no, it's right up here. It's right there. So you're coming in through the door you were all let out of. So you're here. What would you like to do? GPS shows someone around this area.
I'm gonna go ahead and sniff around for signs of life.
Okay, yes. Sniff for organic material in the air. Go ahead and roll.
It's a part of speech more than it is like an actual thing I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Bleppo would actually.
Yeah,
sniff the
that's
air.
what I was feeling. I feel like
He's just got that vibe.
yeah. But anyway, you don't. This building is unnecessarily clean. It feels cleaner than when you were in here, almost like someone cleaned up after you and Jackie left the building after attacking that robot and stuffing the rest of it in your bag and dragging it around.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pee on the floor just as a test.
Sure, you urinated. Nothing
Alright,
happened.
I'm gonna keep. Okay, I wanna mark the location of that in my head so I know to look back on it, and then I'm going to walk around some more and just kind of examine around the rooms that I can get. Try all the doors, see if anything's changed, opened, or if there's anyone around.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and roll 20 for investigation. It doesn't look really much different than before. As walking around, you remember where you had the scuffle with the robot. There's no robot there now. and you're just going around quietly, and nothing really piques your interest. But the GPS says someone is definitely here somewhere. You can go ahead and pick a door you want to try.
This one.
Okay, yeah, that's the door to the stairs, right, that the robots came out of. And previously, Jackie tried to get that open unsuccessfully. Yeah, it appears to be in the same state before. You can't seem to open it. There seems to be like a push bar, but it's locked in place. Door won't open.
Let's see. There's no lock on the push bar?
Um, okay, yeah, just roll for it.
Roll for the lock?
Roll for investigating how the mechanism works.
Alright.
Because I think we did this before, so I think you knew, but I can't remember if it was your character or just one of the other characters knows how it works.
Alright. Shit. Okay. 1 second.
Man, Roll20 hates you guys today. So you don't really know how it works, but you can't really see any places for a key on the outside.
Alright. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and I want to go ahead and just start like trashing the place.
Okay, easy enough.
So anything I can find, anything I can find that ruins the place, I'm gonna trash it further.
Yeah, there's all that fake foliage. Why do corporations buy that stuff for a fake image? You start knocking that over. They are in like real vases. It's like a hard plastic vase. It's not actually real porcelain because, why would it be expensive material when it can be cheap? And so you knock over foliage. There's also the glass panes that you remember was actually previously broken, I think by Jackie, but it had been since repaired, so you break it again. All the glass in the center. Do you continue into the 2 rooms with the filing cabinets you guys went into before that now someone is drawing a cake on top of?
Yeah, if there's someone in there.
No one's in there. Someone's just drawing a cake, so I made a comment about that.
Oh yeah, I'll go in there and find the person.
No, I'm saying there's no one in there. I'm just saying there's 2 rooms. Do you go into those rooms?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you trash these rooms? There's no one in there.
Yep, trash completely.
Okay. Yep. Nothing happens. Oddly enough, nothing happens.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and keep throwing things around. I want to take a shit on the floor. I'm really just trying to get like as much damage as I can on this. I'll throw Jackie Chan's teeth all over the place. I just spread them.
Okay, so out of your inventory is now Jackie's broken teeth. How much time do you want to spend in here doing that?
Pretty much just this entire time. Be throwing things around, destroying as much as possible,
Okay.
and then I want to leave like just before the end of my turn and like walk out the main door.
Okay, it doesn't get that far. So you're about an hour in of you investigated and then start breaking God knows everything, making a lot of noise, and you start hearing marching. Marching very similar to when you guys were all leaving or all previously in this building together after you just arrived. You hear marching getting louder. It's coming from that door you can't seem to open.
Oh, excellent. I'm gonna hide on the other side of the door.
Could you place your character where you want it to hide? Are you like
Yeah.
holding an action or something?
Yeah.
What are you holding?
I wanna get ready. If the door opens, I wanna wait for a minute, and then I wanna try to dive and sneak in before they close it.
Oh, okay. So you want them to sort of enter, and then you get in behind them into the
Yeah.
door. Okay. Sure, I'll let you try that. So, yeah, you wait, and a couple more moments pass, and the door opens suddenly, and two of these robot creatures you saw previously came out, and they scan the room. But go ahead and roll to see if you can immediately react and sneak in behind them. Okay, that met the DC, so you're able to, as they're scanning the room, slip behind them into the door, and just before it closes, you're now in a stairwell, and it's metal, and it goes up pretty high, and there's no real other details. The paint is all like a metallic black paint everywhere.
All right, I want to climb the stairs. Just keep walking up until I find something.
Okay, do you go stealthily?
I go quickly.
Okay, so you make a little bit of the same noise that the robots make, dun 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 dun, as these metal stairs are being impacted from your overweight form, considering you have another humanoid, half digested probably by now, of
I'm not
weight.
fat, I'm just big boned.
And so you, as you're going up, you hear the door below you open once again. So you're probably going to be pursued by this. Is something your character is probably thinking, I'm guessing. But you reach one of the flights. There's a door, but the stairs continue up. What do?
I want to open the door and just take a look inside real fast.
Okay, you open the door, it opens, and it seems like everything is kind of white tile, very also like a weird metallic sort of reflection of the light. There's a hallway to your left. I'll just start drawing this actually again because that'll probably help you guys, right?
It's fine. I want to throw one of Jackie Chan's hands into the room, and I want to continue running up the stairs.
Okay, yeah. So that's fine. So you enter the room, you throw the hand, you leave the room, and you hear the footsteps of robots probably coming up the stairs, pretty close. And so now what? You go back up the stairs. You keep going.
Yeah, but now I'm gonna go up a little quietly too. I'm gonna try to make them think that I went to the room by slamming the door really hard, and then like kind of sneakily up the stairs.
Okay.
Further.
Yeah, let's roll a stealth for me. Oh no. So you're too heavy. Your impacts, no matter how much you try to be quiet, they don't really hide very easily, no matter how much you attempt. But you get the feeling, because you can hear your own footsteps, that they could probably hear you. You're probably not safe.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and
You can wait
keep running.
and see what happens, but you're getting a bad feeling about it.
Up the stairs.
Okay.
I want to keep running upstairs. I'm gonna look for more doors or other things.
Okay. Yeah. So you continue up the stairs, and you reach another platform, and it has an elevator door with an up and down button.
Okay.
You hear the footsteps continue. It looks like they did not go into the room. They're probably following you.
I'm gonna go in the elevator.
Okay, what button do you press? The door is not open.
I wanna go up.
Okay, so you press the up button. and you're waiting, and you hear an elevator sound, and you continue to hear the footsteps getting louder.
I throw one of the other Jackie Chan hands in the hallway, outside of the view of the stairs.
Wait, what are you trying
So
to
that
do?
I figured, well, I don't know. I figured they'll see the hand and they'll be like, oh, never mind. It was just a hand running up the stairs.
Okay, so as a distraction, attempted distraction, throwing a hand down towards where they are so that they think the sound was just a hand.
Yeah, I mean, they're robots. They probably think anything that has that is flesh or whatever can move. I don't know what their programming says, so I'm just assuming that a hand will be
Sure.
distracting to the robots.
Let's see what they think. One of them stops and looks at the hand, confused. The other one looks at the hand and continues up the stairs.
That's fine. Is my elevator here?
Nope, but you hear it getting closer probably.
All right.
You hear a humming sound. The steps are getting louder.
I stand really still so that they can't see me.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I would say the doors start to open right as at the lower part of that flight of stairs, you see one of the robots coming up is now in your visible range, and the doors start to crack open for the elevator.
All right. Yeah, I'll run into the elevator and start smashing that closed door button like I always do.
Okay. Sure, like you always do. Yep, so you hit all the buttons, the door is closing, and as the door is closing, you see the head and then the arm of the robot, and it reaches for something, and then the doors close, and you just hear a metallic thud. You're in the elevator, and in your rush to press the closed door button, you pressed the basement button, and you are now going down.
Okay. I just hit the other button, or I pressed the emergency stop button.
Okay. It makes a sound. Stops. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the top of the elevator there and just start trying to climb up the cable.
Oh, okay. So you're going to attempt to climb out of the elevator and pull yourself up with all that forearm strength. Sure. Let's.
I absorbed all the strength from eating Jackie Chan.
Right. Okay.
So I feel really strong right now.
Well, you feel strong, but let's see. So, let's just try and get out of the top of the elevator. First, go ahead and roll and see if you can do that. Nope, you're having trouble. It's kind of a high vaulted elevator, and you can't seem to get a good grip or foot on anything to pull yourself up out of it.
Can I use the robot body in my backpack?
What would you like to do with it?
Step stool.
It really doesn't give you that much of an advantage, but I'll say sure. Go ahead and roll once more. Not enough. You step on it, and it's not very stable of a step stool, and it maybe gives you 3 or 4 inches, and it's just not enough to get that leverage you need.
Okay, I'll just wait in the elevator then, and I'll kind of. Let's see. I'm out of hands. I'm out of teeth. Yeah, I'll just wait in the elevator and see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. So, sure enough, like maybe you're not sure how much time passes, but suddenly the elevator starts moving again, and it's going up.
Elevators can't move when they're emergency stuff, though.
Right, but it is moving.
Oh, all right. I frustratedly, do I have any pens and paper anywhere?
I don't see any on your inventory.
All right. I mark it in my head that I'm gonna write a strongly worded complaint to OSHA later about this building,
All right.
and then I'm going to I'm just gonna like sit there, I guess, and wait for it to go up more because I guess I want it to go up, so that's works for me.
Okay. Yeah, it keeps going for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, and then you feel it slowing down. Like it maybe reached its target point soon, so would you like to hold an action or
Oh no, I'm just kind of leaning back against it as one does in elevators.
Okay. The door opens and there's one of those robots there.
Yeah, I want to walk past it like I'm supposed to be there.
Okay. Go ahead and how are we gonna do this? It's not really initiative. I would say you get somewhat of a surprise round in a sense, and you're trying to use it just to walk past it. Yeah, roll like I don't know, like sure. Act like you're trying to be there. What would that be? Deception in a way. Let's
Just raw confidence.
sure.
Not even deception. Just like like a white man in like a museum. I'm just like I know this is my whole place and all the robots work for me. I'm just like channeling big CEO energy right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Feel free to try that. Go ahead and see if you can walk past. What's with the sixes and nines, dude? I see 696, 696 on my screen. Anyway, so you got a six.
Yeah. I really like 69.
Yeah. So you have a lot of confidence, and the robot grapples you as you get close to it, and it reaches for the its side. Go ahead and roll an initiative. So that was your surprise round. See if you get to go next. I'll roll for him. Okay. I'll say for fun, you have more speed, so you get to go first. What would you like to do? It just grappled you and is reaching for something.
Um, I'm gonna let me see. It's another robot thing.
Yeah, it looks pretty much identical to the one you dismantled.
Yeah. Did I learn anything about the robots from dismantling the first one?
You kind of learned weak points, right? I think it was sort of neck area. There was those cables. Joints could be, leveraged against to pull arms apart, stuff like that.
All right, I want to go ahead and go for the cables on the neck then, I guess, and just try to slice those up with my knife I have.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll to attack. Yep. 3. You don't hurt yourself, but you definitely don't hit anything that would damage the robot. Your knife goes off. The shoulder, I guess, as you're aiming for the neck, and you just miss. And the robot reaches for another one of those hammers. It's going to try and attack you with that in your forehead at point blank range. And you immediately black out as it hits your forehead. That is the end of your turn. So we would come to Jonathan's turn. Do you want to take your turn, or should we end it here for time?
I mean, I I can. What does everyone else want to do?
Uh,
I mean, I don't mind either way.
You can do yours before we end, I guess. If you have
All right,
time.
yeah, I'll do it then. I'll do it.
Okay. So this is, what is this? Wait, hold on.
This would be nighttime.
Yeah, I guess your night cycle, right? Evening cycle, night cycle. So you are. Oh yeah. So you were knocked the fuck out, right?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, I should open this one back up. Okay. So you wake up and you are sitting in a room with one door and nothing else.
Am I on the map?
Not yet. What would you like to do?
Can I want to check myself and see if I still have anything. See if anything happened to me.
Your hands are tied.
Can I look around and see what else is in the room?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let me delete this one here. Okay, so you notice that there's literally nothing in this room except at the top there seems to be maybe an air circulation vent. The door seems like a normal office door. It does have a little window that you could look through, but you're in a sitting position, and so all you can see is sort of a white ceiling outside of there. And your hands are tied. You're able to notice that it's just normal rope. It doesn't feel too tight.
Am I tied to the chair, or is it only my hands are tied?
Just your hands. You're in a room that's pretty much the size of like an elevator, but it's not an elevator, and there's nothing else in it, and your hands aren't tied to anything but themselves at the
Are
wrist.
my hands tied behind me or in front of me?
In front.
I'm gonna try opening the door.
Okay, so you stand up. The door opens, and do you just enter the outside? Do you look around? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around and see if I see something.
All right. So you open this door, and you see. Yeah, we're not here yet. Okay, I will draw it. I went back too early. I need the paintbrush here. Okay. So I'm going to say this was the room you were in. This was the door right here. You opened and you went through it. What's in front of you is a metallic white hallway. And then it also goes to your right. And there looks to be maybe an elevator here. And there's a curve on this side. And you don't really know what else. No humanoids, no other doors that you can see.
I'm not gonna go to the elevator because that'll make too much noise and probably set something off. So I'm gonna go upwards down the hallway and peek around the corner.
Okay. Go ahead and drag your character here if you want.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's going to grid or whatever, but yeah, that's fine. So you see down this hallway, and there's a door right here, and this continues, and there's an exit sign here, and maybe there's a door right there, but you're not sure what's behind it.
I don't have any of my equipment, do I?
Let's see. I didn't write that in, so I assume you do have all of your equipment.
Okay.
So you have a bag. as you were, essentially uncovering some seam on the molding before you were knocked out. You're pretty much as you were, but your hands are loosely tied with some rope in front of you, and you're now wandering the
Can
hallways.
I picked up a very sharp rock while I was on the mountain. Can I take that and set it on the ground or something, or like try to cut the rope with it?
Yeah, you have what I labeled in your inventory as the killing rock. Um, very good for killing. Yeah, you can easily. It might make some noise, but you could try and force it to cut it, like kind of like hammer the rope on the floor, or you can try and like cut it with the razor thin edge of the killing rock. It might make
That's what I'm thinking.
okay.
Using the razor thin edge.
Yeah, I would say it takes you like 5 to 10 minutes, and you're able to cut the rope free.
Okay.
You don't really make
So yeah,
much
now
noise.
with my free hands now, I'm gonna hold on to my lesser band hammer, and I want to ask it: Is this the sort of thing you're talking about?
No response.
Yeesh. Okay. I'm gonna keep holding on to it, and I'm gonna walk down and glance into the door.
On your right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a room, and you see some of the robots off in the distance in that very large room, kind of moving around. You don't hear them.
I want.
It seems like a very thick door.
Oh, the door's closed. This is a window you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I just draw it out so it looks like a door, but
Yeah.
all the doors are closed.
Okay, I want to sit there for a minute and just watch them and see what they do.
Okay. Roll a perception. Okay. You sit there and watch. Nothing too noticeable, but at one point, one of them, off in the distance, starts moving in your direction.
I'm going to kind of back up against the wall. Like I'm gonna crouch down. So like he sees me, I'm gonna walk this way. I'm gonna walk to my right, and then I'm gonna crouch down and go under the door, like under the window, so that he thinks I'm gonna be on the right side. Then I'm gonna stand up and wait for him to come out, like my back's against the wall right here.
Okay. Um, Door doesn't open. You wait there for a little bit.
I'm gonna peek.
Okay. Yeah, there's no robots in that room anymore.
Oh boy, I'm gonna open up the door.
It's locked.
I want to tap the door handle with the band hammer, lesser band hammer.
The door opens. You enter a large chamber, and it's full of these like beds, and like think hospital bed, cheap hospital bed, and along the walls is all this equipment, like almost if you were in like a manufacturing warehouse. It's a really weird scene. You don't really understand what's going on, but you see about 6 of the beds on the left, 6 of the beds on the right. And like most of what you've seen so far, everything is pristine clean, and like so much light is just being reflected. It's almost starting to hurt your eyes just because of the light, or maybe it's the frequency of the lights is too low. You're not really sure what it is, but there's something weird about this. And so the room is like this
Is there
big.
anything in the beds?
Go ahead and investigate the beds. Those beds.
Okay.
So you look through all these beds. You don't see anything in the beds, but on the wall behind one of the beds, near this door, the bed over here, the wall right here, you find a key card. It says Sarah.
like SERA.
SARA. Sarah.
Is there anything in the room that I can just glance around at, and do I see anything that I might go to?
The door right there has
Is
a
there
key card
card
slot.
reader? Okay, I'm gonna take the key card and swipe it in the door.
It beeps red. It doesn't open.
And this is the door, like, I'm right next to, right?
Yes.
It doesn't have a window or anything on it.
No. Strangely. It has a typical, like, office handle, but it has that keycard reader on the side.
I'm gonna tap the key card reader with the lesser band hammer.
The door opens. Alright, so you're in a stairwell, but it only goes up.
I go up.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Let's see, I need to do a new page for you. Okay. So if we get somewhere, we get somewhere. Alright, so you go up for a while. Do you go sneakily, or do you just go normal?
Not. I'm going like a mix of normal sneakily. I'm not going like super slow, but I'm also trying not to make too much noise. So
Okay.
yes, I'm going sneakily.
Okay. Yeah, you reach. Oh, well, go ahead and roll for that. I guess you should roll for if you make a mistake. No, that's good enough. So easy enough. You're being very quiet. You don't think someone would notice you, and you reach one level where there's a lookout, like a window. It's not openable. It's like it seems like very thick. It seems like very thick glass with sort of metal holding the panes of glass together. And from just an initial look, you can see outside a cluster of buildings and the coast. This has a very good vantage point. You're very high up.
I continue upwards.
Okay. You continue upwards. You reach another point. It has another lookout, but on the opposite side. And you see a large building, unlike the other ones. You've been on the mountain, so you're able to correlate this. This is looking south. The previous one was looking north. And you do see that thing that looks like a boat again. You know, why would they have a boat there? But you know, you see it there. Another lookout.
Is it just a window, or is there a patio out there or something?
No patio. It is just like this, sort of like all window, very thick panes of glass and metal connecting those panes.
Okay.
And it just continues upward.
Yeah, I'll continue upward then.
You continue upward, but this last stretch of stairs seems like forever. You get tired just trying to maintain your silence. It takes you about 20 minutes until you see something different. No more lookouts. It was just constant, reflective, white stairwell. And you come across a lobby, sort of platform. So I'll say, this is the stairwell. I'll just build it around you. This is a stairwell, and going up this way. And as you're exiting this one, it expands into this sort of lobby area, and there's a double door set here. And along the walls, you can see there's numerous paintings, plaques, all sorts of things. And these double doors have like little windows on them as well. But everything here looks like gold tinted. Like it looks pricey. Like someone embellished this lobby area. What do you do?
Wow. You said there was a desk or wasn't a desk?
There's no desk. There's a set of double doors, and there's paintings and plaques along the walls.
What's on the paintings?
Sure. Go ahead and roll to see kind of if you notice anything interesting or... Okay. Well, you know, a lot of it seems to just be Yomo Corp company stuff. You know, celebrations, highest number of players in the last 3 months, highest retention rate, you know, most amount of overseas growth, just, you know, people in suits shaking hands, you know, best of the year awards, people being very proud of themselves. That's what you gather with a 1.
Okay. I'll check out the doors.
Okay. Do you just walk up to the doors and look through, or what do you do?
Is there a key card reader?
Well, do you walk up to the doors and investigate them, or do you look from a distance?
So like I kind of just entered right here and I looked around at the paintings or portraits or whatever. From here, I'm going to look at the door. Do I see a key card reader on the wall or anything?
You see 2 handles and a little attachment. It could be a key card reader. You also see something on the right. It looks like maybe, like, I should ask, is your character familiar with electronics?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be sort of like an intercom with like a little button and a speaker on the right side of the doors here, right there, and from this distance, you can see a little bit inside this room, and what would you see from that angle? You don't see any people. You just see windows towards the back side here. Seems to be a lot of glass in that room, but you haven't really looked in.
I'll approach the door and take a better look.
Okay. As you approach, there's as you walk up, you notice there are people in there, and they could probably see you. But there's a large desk, and there's a person sitting in a chair behind that desk, very fancy. There's a group of 3 people here in chairs in front. It looks like they must be talking about something. And on the sides, you notice there are those robots that knocked you out earlier, at least 4 of them. And a giant round, like conference table in the center, and the entire room is a large vaulted ceiling with tons of glass. And just looking out of the glass, you can see the entire island. And mounted above the glass, you have these monitors which show your GPS locations, maybe. At least a map of the island and 5 blips on it. And you see like a leaderboard of like active server, whatever. But you see a lot of detail, but you're getting the feeling if you stand there too long, you might be noticed. What do you do?
I kind of crouch back down so that I'm not in view of everyone.
Okay, that's fine.
And I want to take the lesser band hammer and tap the intercom with it.
Okay. There's a loud screech and squeal when you do that, and then a pop, and then you just see a little bit of smoke coming out of it.
Oh, shit.
You don't know if you alerted anybody.
Yeah, I want to peek back up in the window and see if anyone noticed.
Okay, as you peek, you see all the heads turned in your direction, and immediately as your eyes go over the little window part, your eyes meet theirs.
I crouch back down.
Okay?
And I have the banhammer, and now I am waiting right here, like to this. Actually, I'm waiting like right there by the side of the wall.
Okay. How long do you wait?
30 seconds.
Okay. You wait 30 seconds. You hear footsteps. As your heart starts to beat and adrenaline takes over, you're more attentive to sounds, noises, smells, and you hear footsteps, but no one's opening the door.
I'm going to peek over the window again.
They're all looking at you.
Has anyone moved?
No.
Have any of the robots moved?
No. The robots aren't looking at you, but the people are. At least they're probably people.
I'm going to glance backwards at the stairwell and see if anyone's coming up it.
You don't hear any sounds. You don't see anybody.
Okay, I'm going to wave at them through the window.
No response. They don't acknowledge your wave, but the stare creeps you out. It's not a welcoming stare. It's not a surprise stare. It's almost like they're examining you.
I'm going to open the door.
It's locked.
I'm going to tap the door with the lesser band hammer.
Okay. You tap the door. You hear a click. Do you open it?
I inspect the door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and inspect the door.
Oh, God.
It seems fine. Seems like it'll probably open now.
Well, that's a good sign. All right, I open the door.
All right. Roll initiative. Okay, I'll roll initiative for the 4 robots.
Ooh.
Okay, 2 go before you. They already have a hammer ready and primed, and they're going to throw it at you.
God damn it.
First one misses. It hits another robot. The robot falls over. So one of the robots is now disabled, seemingly. The other one misses completely. It's now your turn. What do you do?
I am going to with a quick glance to the people at the table, what are they doing?
You see they're moving behind the table. They're sort of in that moment of the initiative. They're not engaging in the combat. They're probably hiding.
I'm going to rush the robot that went first, and I'm going to tap him. Not hit him. I'm going to. You know what? No, I'll give him a nice little whack with the lesser band hammer.
Okay, that would be the one right here, which I will use a different color. That's
Yeah, which one
one.
got knocked?
That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4 for initiative. And so the one that's down is 4. It got hit somehow. And let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So yeah, 1. Yeah. Okay. So you go to strike So go ahead and roll. Okay. When you hit this, you pop out of consciousness briefly into your brain once again, and the hammer just
Oh,
has
come on!
has this guttural like yes, exactly,
Oh.
and then you pop back into
Oh.
consciousness, and when you strike this robot, the pieces go flying like a grenade throwing metal shavings throughout the room, not towards you, but everything else gets pummeled with these things. And I will roll a couple rolls
And at
here.
this moment, I am euphoric.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't damage or disable any of the other robots, and none of the humans were damaged from that. But it was pretty cool, and you feel really powerful. And that's your move, and you still have one robot, number 3, who is now going to take its turn and try and disable you. And so with a 16, you can roll to see if you can dodge. Okay, that's not high enough. You don't dodge, and you lose consciousness.
God damn it!
So you've lost consciousness. And then that's probably where we should stop then, because that would be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
I will put this back on this map here. Oh man, you guys are all over the place with like objectives and stuff, but it's cool. Man, all right, that's it then for this time. Yeah.
Poor Jackie.
Man, I want to say so many things. That's the problem with being a DM. Yeah. How do you guys feel?
Poor
I feel
Jackie.
like I'm fine with this being like a really long one shot.
Yeah, I thought the objectives were really simple, but man, like the Roll20 rolls are so bad for anytime you guys are investigating or looking for detail, it's always bad. So you guys are missing a lot of stuff, but that's just how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, you can't lock objectives behind luck, especially with the mechanics you're using, because characters don't have any innate skills or strengths, because there's no benefit to approaching a puzzle one way over another for any character, because we don't have any like ability traits. So there's like, I think mechanically a few things that could be done to help with that issue.
There's a few things that could help, yeah. I don't know, but the thing is, you are getting to some parts of the objectives just in a really weird way. I can't say out of order because I designed it so that you wouldn't have to go in any particular order. It's not like Water Temple or something, but yeah, it's interesting. You like, and then yeah, it's interesting. I can't say any more. Man.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I do appreciate you putting it together. It's fun.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking at something else when I said that. My mic was on. But yeah, thank you for hosting.
Yeah, I hope we can make progress, but maybe I will have to make changes. What do you guys think? Should I make changes? Like your overall feeling of it. Do you feel like it's dragging?
At
A little
times.
bit. But I mean, part of it is because, like, you know how I don't know if you know like the meme or not in D&D, which is don't split the party. The reason they have that is one, it's kind of funny because it makes things more dangerous, but also because it tends to make it so that players are not really engaged for the majority of their playtime if everybody's all split up. And I think that that's probably the biggest weakness of this is that I think like I didn't have a timer running or anything because I wasn't like, trying to do anything about it. But I think maybe like each of us played like about a third of the time, and then the rest of the time just kind of sitting there, and we're not even really supposed to know what the other people are doing, so we're incentivized to not pay attention in a way.
Okay, yeah. So maybe if the simplification I had of having you guys do like 1 day cycle with a lot of actions might actually have had a negative effect on like engagement. So I can have like multiple. I can have you guys do multiple things and rotate that throughout the day. Just kind of go back to like you do this and then you do this and you do this for like.
An idea I had was maybe like splitting it up, giving each person 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes maybe.
Oh, like a
or
timer.
encouraging us to work together, because at its core it is a social game. So like
But we are trying to kill each other also.
Yeah, but I mean, there might be a story reason why we want to fight against the people telling us to kill ourselves. I mean, my character is now a cannibal, so I'm probably the worst person. But,
yeah, I'm like, look who's talking. Fucking ate Jackie Chan.
I mean, or you can have everybody team up against the guy who ate Jackie Chan. I mean, but nobody knows I ate him either, and I threw away all the remains. But
maybe someone will find a hand in the stairwell and be like, "No, that's Jackie's hand."
The robots.
I knew him so well.
The robots did it, but yeah, because we're not. I mean, because we're either incentivized to stay away from each other or kill each other. In which case, then that player's just gone from the game forever. And that makes. I mean, that kind of makes the fights have a pretty high stake, because then you're just done. But like, for instance, if Hideo was playing and I killed him, and we were intending to continue and we continued this rather, then he just wouldn't be playing like for the rest of the entire campaign.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not supposed to be a campaign. In a one-shot sense, I feel like if it was done and over in 4 hours, and somehow this could all be compressed to 4 hours, I think that'd be fine, right? Because it'd be like, oh, okay, you just attend to watch the ending. But because it's dragging out a couple sessions, you get to only be an observer, I guess, for a couple sessions. So if you die, which now, Hideo died.
Exactly.
But
yeah, for sure. I like to think he's dead.
For example, maybe like one way of approaching it would have been, instead of all the, like when I had to climb, or not when I had to, but when I climbed the mountain, instead of having all those ability checks, maybe have just said like, okay, you're up the mountain sort of thing. But I know that does take away. It would sacrifice some of the, dice rolling aspect in favor of making it a bit more quick.
Yeah, I think what I'll do starting next time is try and get that like more like round robin approach throughout the day. So like maybe I'll split the day up into like 4 sections, and you each get to take 4 turns. So it's like, each one of you goes. So like Arcoil, Memo, Monorail. That's 1 for each of you, and then so you go in that order 4 times. So doing sort of like 1 action for that period of time before it switches to nighttime, and so you're only maybe spending like 5-10 minutes on that action before another player goes and spends their 5-10 minutes before another player goes, instead of waiting like an hour, I guess.
And also, like, just to dial back to the other thing, I would feel that I mentioned, I would like my character to have like things he's good and bad at, so I can determine like how he's approaching things. In a way, like that's with the standard D&D model, there are like tons of different RP models, and it might be good to look at a few others for what fits for your campaign. But like in the D&D model, you have like skills that tell you you're good at this and you're terrible at this, and So that's generally how you determine how you're doing things. It just makes the actual play part of it feel a bit more like impactful, because I can say like, oh, I'm really good at this thing, so if I do this, I have a better chance of winning. It might take out some of the luck aspects that we were all really bad at this time. But yeah, like I want to know, I want to be fat, and I want to know what my fat does for me and how it hurts me.
Yeah, I kind of try and like weave that into how your luck rolls are playing out, and I didn't want the overhead of character sheets for a one shot, but yeah, I know like when you do have more unique aspects, it I enjoy that better as well. But I didn't want the overhead of having to have the to manage that. Um, but you know,
And that's definitely understandable. I don't think we were
Yeah.
expecting this to go the direction it did.
No, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, we'll see. I'll just make one change and have like the turns much shorter, so you guys get to play more often or more frequently. The current player is changing, right? We'll make that change and see. Maybe it's a good improvement.
Mhm.